us to respect, appreciate, and honor the achievements of women in all the fields. Every woman plays an important role in our families, society, and development of our nation. Now, I would like to invite our respected guest, Ms. P.K. Amrisha Pavithra, Mr. R.P. Ramanathan, and Dr. S. Dhanaraj to share their experiences. First, I invite Ms. P.K. Amrisha Pavithra, who the founder of Happyie Mom HappyKiddie Pollachi. She is dedicated healthcare professional with more than 10 years of experiences in clinical practice and nursing education, women well-being. Next, I pleased to invite Mr. R.P. Ramanathan, advocate and IP attorney and honorary director of Metayage IP Private Limited, Bangalore. Let me warmly welcome you, sir, for your shielding futures, protecting women and children everywhere guidelines. Now, I honor to Dr. S. Dhanaraj, who the founder of SecForg Tek Solutions, Coimbatore. He will speak on the topic of digital balance, women, social media, and AI wellness. Let me warmly welcome for his valuable speech and thoughts.
Yes, Madam Amrisha, Madam, you can start, Madam.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Good evening, everyone. Thank you, sir, for this wonderful opportunity to be a part of this International Women's Day celebration. Let me share my screen, sir.
Yes, Madam, yes.
Yeah, sure. Sir, my screen is visible?
Yes, Madam, yes.
Yeah. Now let's move on to today's topic. Her health, their happiness, lifestyle counts. I wish each one of you a very happy Women's Day. Today is not just a celebration, it is a reminder of strength, a reminder of sacrifice, a reminder of resilience. So let me introduce myself. I'm Amrisha Pavithra. Basically, I'm graduated physician associate and advanced certified lactation professional, infant and childhood feeding specialist, and care for child development from UNICEF. And also maternal and child nutritionist, founder of Happyie Mom and HappyKiddie, a proud mother of 2 kids. So happy mothers, happy Women's Day to everyone. A woman manages the house, children, office, in-laws, social functions, emotions of everyone around her. But when it has come to her own health, she postpones it. I'll check later. I don't have time. It's just weakness. It will become normal. And slowly, small problems became big diseases. So in earlier days, diseases like diabetes, heart problem, obesity were seen mostly in the older age people. But women in their 20s and 30s are getting PCOS, polycystic ovarian syndrome, thyroid disorders, diabetes, infertility, severe vitamin deficiency, stress, depression, etc. So what is the root cause? So root cause is our lifestyle changes, but our body has not adapted to it. Now, the common lifestyle changes are sedentary lifestyle, processed and high sugar diet, stress, poor sleep, hormonal fluctuation, and we are exposed to many harmful chemicals nowadays. So let me discuss one by one diseases. First, we are going to see about weight gain. The reason is irregular meals, skipping breakfast, eating leftover foods from children, excessive rice and refined carbs, no exercise, poor sleep, especially after pregnancy. Many women retain their weight. So excessive weight can increase many risks. For example, diabetes, PCOS, joint pain, back pain, infertility, heart disease, etc. So weight gain is not cosmetic, it is metabolic. So next we are going to see about PCOS, so polycystic ovarian syndrome, a modern problem. One in five women, 1 in 5 young women has this PCOS. So symptoms are irregular periods, weight gain, acne, hair fall, and facial hair growth, difficulty to conceive. So root causes are insulin resistance, obesity, sedentary lifestyle, stress, etc. Medicines helps, but lifestyle correction is the real treatment. So next, we are going to see about diabetes. So in diabetes, we have three types. One is type 1, type 2, and gestational diabetes. So type 1 is our body does not produce enough insulin. So type 2 is body does not use insulin properly due to insulin resistance. So next one is gestational diabetes. So this developed during pregnancy in women. So common symptoms are frequent urination, excessive thirst, increased hunger, unexplained weight gain, weight loss, fatigue and weakness, blurred vision, slow healing of wounds, frequent infections. So root causes insulin resistance. The insulin resistance means the body cells do not respond properly to the insulin. So next causes insufficient insulin production. Family history is a strong reason for diabetes and obesity, physical inactivity, unhealthy diet, hormonal and metabolic disorders. So next, we are going to discuss about thyroid disorders. These have two classification, hypothyroid and hyperthyroid. So common symptoms are fatigue and weakness, unexplained weight gain or weight loss, hair loss and dry skin, sensitivity to cold or heat, mood changes, depression, irregular menstrual cycle, swelling in neck. So root causes are autoimmune disorders, iodine deficiency or excessive iodine in diet, genetic factors, hormonal imbalance, certain medications, stress, and unhealthy lifestyle. So next is vitamin D deficiency. Nowadays we are getting common in India. So common symptoms are bone pain, back pain, muscle weakness, fatigue, increased risk of fracture, slow growth or bone deformities in children. The main root cause is inadequate exposure to sunlight. So next, mental health, the silent struggle, which is rarely discussed. Women carry emotional burden silently, work stress, financial stress, family expectation, parenting stress, hormonal changes. Many women suffer from anxiety, irritability, burnout, and depression, but they don't seek for help. They think I am strong woman, so I don't want to seek help. But strong women also need support. It can be any one of your family member, friends, or professionals. Asking for help is not weakness. So next we are let's see common lifestyle modification that will change our lives. So first one is healthy balanced diet. Eat whole foods, vegetables. Eat whole foods like vegetables, fruits, whole grains, nuts, seeds. So increase protein intake like egg, paneer, fish, soya like that. Reduce refined sugar and processed foods. Limit white rice, maida, bakery items and sugar drinks. Include fiber-rich foods to improve insulin sensitivity. Add some good fat to every meal. So our plate look like this. So this one is the healthy plate. Next one is regular physical activity. So WHO recommend at least 30 to 40 minutes of daily exercise will improve our hormones and mood also. So combination of walk, strength training, yoga like that. Exercise improve insulin resistance, hormonal balance and metabolism. So next one is maintain healthy body weight. So obesity is the common reason for modern diseases. So even 5 to 10% of weight loss can improve PCOS symptoms, blood sugar, and thyroid functions. So next, sunlight exposure. Get 5 to 20 minutes of morning sunlight daily to improve vitamin D levels. Next one is good sleep. Sleep 7 to 8 hours daily. Poor sleep increases insulin resistance and hormonal imbalance. Next one is stress management. Practice yoga, meditation, breathing exercise. Chronic stress increases cortisol and the stress hormone, worsening PCOS, diabetes, and thyroid problems. Next one is avoid sedentary lifestyle. Avoid sitting for long hours. Move every 30 to 60 minutes. Eighth one is regular checkups and monitoring. Blood sugar, thyroid levels, vitamin D, lipid profile. These are checked by 6 months once. Next one is adequate hydration. Drink 2 to 3 liters of water daily. Avoid smoking and alcohol. Both worsen hormonal and metabolic disorders. So many researchers proven that post-meal walking, walk for 10 to 15 minutes after meals helps the muscle used to glucose efficiently and reduces post-meal glucose spikes. So takeaways for PCOS, exercise plus weight control, diabetes, control carbohydrates and stay active, thyroid, proper medication timing, and nutrient-rich diet. Vitamin D deficiency, daily sunlight exposure at least for 15 to 20 minutes. So thank you. If any queries, you can ask.
So question and answer session, can we have it last, madam?
Okay, sir. Okay, sure.
Okay, okay, thank you. So
Thank you.
participants, please note down your questions. So at the end, you can ask questions to each and every resource person. So the resource person will answer at the end of the session. So Sri Varshini, madam, you can please.
Very thank you, ma'am. Next, I please to invite Mr. R.P. Ramanathan, advocate and IP attorney and honorary director of Metayage IP Private Limited, Bangalore. Let me warmly welcome you, sir, for your shielding futures, protecting women and children everywhere guidelines. I ask to Mr. R.P. Ramanathan, sir, to speak.
Hello, good evening, everybody. I am Ramanathan, advocate from Coimbatore. I am practicing on intellectual property rights and all the other areas like cyber crimes, information technology law, and law to protect women and children. All these things I am interested in that. Thank you, Dr. Dhanraj Kanunsundaram, for having invited me for this wonderful evening seminar on the eve of International Women's Day celebrations. Let us start with a slide. The slide is this. To be a woman is to hold both profound empathy and unbreakable resolve. Today is for the woman who research
Yeah,
the truth.
sir, sorry for the disturbance. Your slide is not visible, sir. Please share your screen.
Oh, sorry. Okay. Okay. Is it seen?
Yeah, okay, sir. Is it visible?
To be a woman is to hold both profound empathy and unbreakable resolve. Today is for the woman who research the truth, who advocate for justice, and who build a more equitable world. for those who come after them. May we continue to break boundaries, speak our minds, and lift each other up. Happy International Women's Day. Now about root of International Women's Day. Madam Clara just came, the fire woman. She is the lady born in Germany and worked as a teacher who is the root cause for today's celebration of International Women's Day starting in the year 1910 at the World Women Congress, participated by more than 100 women from 17 countries. She believed in financial and economic freedom will alone result in full freedom for women. She advocated and fought in her lifetime for gender equality in law and justice, protection of rights for women and children in family and society and everywhere. Today's topic. Today, our women are enjoying ordinarily 8 hours work a day, maternity benefits and leave, voting rights which have been obtained, rights are not concessions achieved as a result of the fights on the streets by thousands of women like Clara Zetkin. Hence, it is but appropriate and our legitimate duty and responsibility to remember those personalities and souls like Clara Zetkin and to pass the fire ignited by such persons to the next generations for years. Now everybody is talking about Sanatana Dharma and Manusmriti. The Manusmriti dictates that women and children must be under the lifelong protection of male relatives, father, husband, and son, while simultaneously emphasizing their veneration as household deities. It advocates for early marriage for health, often before puberty, and defends a woman's role as maintaining household stability. It promotes female independence and patriarchy while providing some property rights. Key aspects in Manusmriti. Protection and dependence. Women are considered incapable of protecting themselves, requiring constant protection by fathers' childhood, husbands' youth, and sons' widowhood. Marriage and status. Early marriage was encouraged, often suggested to occur before a girl reaches puberty or around the age of 9, often interpreted as a means to manage sexual security or to ensure offspring. Goddess status. The text mandates that women be honored, stating that where women are not respected, all actions fail. A woman is often described as a goddess of fortune or an embodiment of a goddess in the home. Rights and roles. While the Manusmriti reinforces patriarchal control and the limits on property, the Manusmriti presents a complex, often contradictory view of women's status, blending high spiritual veneration with strict social subordination, a common feature in ancient patriarchal texts. Present day status. Women and child laws in India serve as pillars of justice, ensuring that vulnerable sections of society receive the protection and rights they deserve. Women's legal rights in India enable them to seek justice, demand equality, and secure their rightful place in the society. Laws for women's rights in India provide safety, security, empowerment, and legal recourse, while child welfare laws secure the future of young citizens. Child protection laws ensure that young individuals grow up in a safe and nurturing environment, fostering their holistic development. Laws related to women's rights in India and child protection help address social evils such as child marriage, domestic violence, and gender discrimination. Women empowerment. A society that upholds laws protecting women's rights in India and child welfare sees higher literacy rates, improved workforce participation, and the economic growth in family and society. Empowered women contribute to national progress while educated children become responsible citizens. When women and children are protected, families become stronger. Legal safeguards prevent abuse and discrimination, leading to healthier family dynamics and stronger communities. India's commitment to women's and children's rights aligns with the international agreements such as the UN Convention on the Elimination of Discrimination Against Women, CEDAW, and the UN Convention on the Rights of the Child. These laws help India fulfill its obligations towards global human rights standards. Key frameworks, legal frameworks for women. Domestic violence. The Protection of Women from Domestic Violence Act 2005 has come into force from 26/10/2006, which covers physical, emotional, sexual, and economic abuse. The Act is aimed at providing protection to wife or female living partner, even living partners of female living partners are protected from violence at the hands of the husband or male living partner or his relatives. This is an important point. The law extends protection to women who are sisters, even sisters, including adopted sisters and mothers, are protected. Domestic violence under the Act includes actual abuse or threat of abuse. Even threat of abuse is a ground for domestic violence. Whether physical, sexual, verbal, emotional, and or economic harassment by way of unlawful dowry demands to the woman victim or the relatives would also be covered under the definition of domestic violence. The Department of Social Welfare, Government of India is the nodal department for the implementation of the provisions under the Act. Practical tips to stay safe in an abusive relationship. These are the ways to stay safe in an abusive relationship, whether it is a husband or a living relative or any family member. Find ways to communicate safely. Practice safety plans to keep you and your children safe. We identify resources and support. This means that you have to identify the support people you need in the society and the resources for keeping you safe. Take care of yourself too. Plan for when you will leave. Plan for when you leave means when to leave the house, you must plan in advance. Seek witness testimony. Whenever you are inviting any involved in court case, you must seek witness testimony. For narcissism behavior, voicemails, emails, text messages will be the proof. My topic is today protecting women and children everywhere. Everywhere means it includes family, society, workplace, and open areas. For this, the government has provided an act called the Post Act, Sexual Harassment of Women at Workplace, Prevention, Prohibition and Redressal Act 2013. Is an Indian law mandating safety for women employees. It requires organizations with 10 plus more employees to form an internal compliance committee to handle complaints. In other words, this committee is often called Visaga Committee. People know this as a Visaga case emanated due to this formation of this committee is called Visaga Committee, but it is actually an internal compliance committee to handle compliance, providing a protected, secure and respectful workplace. Key aspects. Definition. It covers unwelcome, underline this, unwelcome You welcome some physical verbal, but unwelcome physical verbal or non-verbal conduct or sexual nature. Scope applies to all employees. This is an important point to note. Permanent, temporary, contract, intense, all these persons are covered at any workplace, including virtual places, even online forum are covered, virtual spaces and during committed compliance, mandatory establishment of an internal compliance committee and annual compliance report. Procedures. Complaints must be filed. This is the time limit for making any complaint. There is a limitation period. 3 months is the limitation period. What is the 3 months period? It is the 3 months from the date of actual happening of the incident. Within a 90 days resolution timeline. Redressal. The internal complaints committee must hold inquiries with the power of a civil court. The internal complaints committee is having power of a civil court. Confidentiality. Strict prohibition on revealing the identity of the complaint, respondent, or witnesses. Often this is violated. There is revealing of the identity of the complainant or respondent or witnesses, and many courts in India has condemned this kind of activity by the concerned departments who are involved in all these activities. Even the employers are condemned for such kind of disclosure. Definition of agreed woman. Any woman, regardless of age, you see, this is a pertinent point. No age limit. Even at the age of 60 years, 65 years, if she is employed or engaged as a worker, she can file a complaint against any person. Acts of sexual harassment. This includes unwelcome physical contact, demand or request for sexual favor, making sexually colored remarks, showing pornography, or any other unwelcome physical, verbal, or non-verbal contact, even non-verbal contact of your sexual nature is covered. What are all the procedures to be followed? Before initiating an inquiry, consideration must be that the ICC may, at the request of the woman, take steps to settle the matter between her and the respondent through conciliation, provided no monetary settlement. This is an important point. There should be no monetary settlement between the woman complainant and the respondent. Inquiry. The inquiry must be completed within 90 days. There is also a time limit of 90 days. Penalty. Penalties for non-compliance by employers include fines and for repeat offences, cases of their license. Other laws. The Immoral Traffic Prevention Act 1956. Often we are hearing that there is immoral traffic of women from India to other countries like Arab countries or for any other countries for work or any other purpose to look after children or babysitting, etc. This act prevents that immoral traffic. The Dowry Prohibition Act 1961 prohibited giving of dowry in relation to marriages. Prohibition of Child Marriage Act 2006 or the other enactments to protect women and children against immoral trafficking, harassment for dowry in families, earlier marriage, etc. Key legal frameworks for protection of children. The Protection of Children from Sexual Offences Act, POCSO Act 2012. This is an important law passed by our nation to protect the the children from abuse. It provides strict punishment for abuse of children, criminalizes sexual offences against children, providing standard punishment and victim-friendly legal procedures designed to protect minors under 18 years of age from sexual assault, harassment, and pornography. Mandates strict reporting, establishes special courts for CD trials, and provides for harsh punishment, including life imprisonment. This is most important thing. Yesterday, the Coimbatore court has passed a decree for the 3 persons involved in a woman harassment in Coimbatore. Life imprisonment and death penalty for aggravated offences. Key aspects of this act. Objective: to provide a child-friendly, gender-neutral legal framework for dealing with sexual offences against children. Definition of a child: any person below the age of 18 years. It can be a male or female. Both are covered under the POCSO Act. Offences covered: penetrating sexual assault, Section 3(4). A minimum of 10 years to life imprisonment. Aggravated penetrated sexual assault, Section 5(6). Covers assault by authority figures. Police, important point to note. Police, teachers, superiors, staff involved. Punishable by 20 years to life, death penalty. 3. Sexual harassment, Section 11. Covers physical, verbal, or non-verbal sexual contact, including showing videos, pornography, films, etc. Pornography, Section 13-14. Covers using, storing. Important point. You should not store the pornography material in your mobiles, in your hard disk, in your computer system, anywhere. If you store the pornography, it is punishable. Or producing child pornography. There is a case in Uttar Pradesh where 2 persons were involved in producing child pornography and they were arrested and they are under jail now. Three aspects cover mandatory reporting. You see, Section 19 of the Act provides for mandatory reporting by the affected person. He is compulsory have to report to the appropriate authority. Any person aware of an offence must report. Any person aware of an offence, even any other person not connected with the offence, have seen the offence or noticed the offence, must report it to the special juvenile police unit or local police. Failure to report is a punishable offence. Legal protection. The victim's identity cannot be disclosed, including the person who is reporting to the police. Identity is not disclosed. And the special procedures ensure a non-containing environment during investigation and trial. Amendments. In 2019, the POSCO Act has been amended to strengthen punishments to include the death penalty for aggravated sexual assault to deter the offenders under this Act. Care and protection of children. The Juvenile Justice Care and Protection of Children Act 2015 was passed for protecting juvenile children who conflict with the law and those are in need of care and protection, ensuring their rehabilitation and reintegration. Juvenile homes are set up under the Act to take care of and rehabilitate the children affected provides institutional and non-institutional care for children in need. The rights and welfare of the children are protected through various laws, such as the National Commission for Protection of Child Rights, NCPCR, Act 2005. This law establishes a commission to safeguard and monitor child rights across our country. The Prohibition of Child Marriage Act 2006. It prevents child marriages, making such unions voidable and punishable by law. The Child Labor Prohibition Regulation Act 1986, amended in 2016. This law prohibits child labor in hazardous industries and regulates employment conditions for adolescents and children. The Right to Education, RTE Act 2009, it guarantees free and compulsory education to children aged 6 to 14 years, promoting their literacy and the empowerment of knowledge. The right to education is an important act established by the government to protect the children's education and to empower them in knowledge and for their economic upliftment. The 4 R's of child protection: recognize, record, report, refer, or respond. Learn the signs and types of abuse. Learn the signs and types of abuse: physical, emotional, neglect, sexual, grooming, and be vigilant for any indicators that a child might be at risk. First, you must recognize the abuse for that child. What kind of abuse was there? Whether it was physical, emotional, or neglecting the child, or sexual, or grooming the child, and be vigilant, since the child will be at risk. Record, document all the observations and concerns thoroughly, including, this is more vital, including dates of incidences, times, what was said, and any actions taken, ensuring confidentiality and accuracy. Report. Share your concerns with the designated person or authority like BSU, police, or child services, social welfare organization, or social welfare department, or other NGOs, as per organization policy, giving the child a voice to raise. Refer or respond. Take action by referring the case to the appropriate services for investigation or support, responding calmly and appropriately to disclosure. This is a framework to help individuals identify, document, escalate, and seek action for concerns about child abuse or harm, emphasizing that safeguarding is everyone's responsibility. This process involves noticing signs of abuse, documenting the same, observations accurately, informing the right people, and ensuring the child gets appropriate help and protection at the appropriate time. The appropriate time means earlier. At the earliest opportunity, the child must get the protection. Administration of laws of protection of women and children in India. The Ministry of Women and Child Development, Government of India, is administering various special laws relating to women, such as the Dowry Prohibition Act 1961, the Independent Representation of Women Prohibition Act 1988, the Protection of Women from Domestic Violence Act 2005, the Prohibition of Child Marriage Act 2006, the Protection of Children from Sexual Offences POCSO Act 2012, the Sexual Harassment of Women at the Workplace POST Act 2013. India is a signatory to the United Convention on Rights of Child since 1992. In adherence to its commitment to ensure child rights, the government has framed the National Policy for Children 2013 itself and the National Plan of Action in 2016. Now it is 9 years over. The plan of action is there. It has also framed the Commissions for Protection of Child Rights, CPCR Act 2005, the Protection of Children from Sexual Offences, POCSO Act, and the Juvenile Justice Care Protection Act 2015. The Commissions for Protection of Child Rights, CPCR Act 2005, mandates the establishment of a statutory commissions at center and state levels to protect, defend, and promote child rights in the country. National Commission and all the state commissions have been set up under the said Act. The Right to Education Act 2009 mandates right of children to free and compulsory education up to 14 years. The POCSO Act 2012 acknowledges various kinds of child sex abuse and provide stringent punishment for the same. It provides for child-friendly procedures at every stage of trial and stimulates mandatory reporting of the child. The POSH Act, Sexual Harassment of Women at Workplace, Prevention, Prohibition, Redressal Act 2013, prohibits sexual harassment of the women at workplace. Criminal Law Amendment Act 2013 was enacted for effective legal deterrence against sexual offences. The Juvenile Justice Act 2015 mandates a security net of service delivery structures to provide institutional or non-institutional care for children in need of care and protection and children in conflict with the law, and to rehabilitate them and for their fitness to serve in the society as a citizen, as a lawful citizen. Further, the Criminal Law Amendment Act 2018 have also been enacted, making the punishment for offences like rape more stringent by including death penalty for rape of a girl below the age of 12 years. The BNSS, new courts, criminal courts also cover various laws to protect women and children, and the IPC and the CRPC, the BNSS and the BNS protect the interest of working women, non-working women and children in the society. Most important ABCs everywhere. Attitude. A woman's attitude, a child's attitude, a woman's behavior, a husband's behavior, a family member's behavior, a child's behavior, and control are the three most important aspects of personal safety, both on and off the job. Even in home, even outside society, these three important ABCs have to be taken care of. Take a moment to review your and your children's safety above ABCs to see if you are doing all you can to protect yourself, your co-workers, and your loved ones from careless, needless injury. The implementation and awareness of these laws remain critical to building a fair, just, and progressive society. By strengthening legal frameworks and ensuring effective enforcement, India can continue to uphold the principles of equality, justice, and human dignity for all. There are international laws also on protection of women and children. Convention on the Elimination of All Forms of Discrimination Against Women, CEDAW 1979, known as the International Bill of Rights for Women. It defines discrimination and sets an agenda for national action to end it in areas like political life, health, and education. It mandates states to eliminate discrimination in political, public, economic, and social life, including reproductive rights and against trafficking, immoral trafficking. Declaration on the Elimination of Violence Against Women 1993, the first international instrument to explicitly address violence against women, defining it as a violation of human rights and the manifestation of historically unequal power relations. Optional Protocol to CEDAW 1999 allows individual women or groups to submit complaints directly to the CEDAW committee regarding violations of their rights by their states. Istanbul Convention, Council of Europe 2011, a landmark regional treaty open to non-European states that focuses on preventing domestic violence. You see, in 2011 itself, we have international law on domestic violence has been established, protocol, protecting victims and prosecuting offenders. International laws on protection of children, Convention on the Rights of the Child, CRC, 1989. The most widely ratified human rights treaty. It establishes children, anyone under the age of 18, anyone, male or female, under the age of 18, as distinct individuals with their own rights to life, survival, development and participation. Share of children, child prostitution and child pornography 2000 strengthens penalties and protections against sexual exploitation. Involvement of children in armed conflict 2000 prohibits the recruitment of children under the age of 18 into armed forces or their participation in hostilities. Communications Procedure 2011 enables children to submit complaints about violations of their rights to the Committee on the Rights of the Child. Loss during conflict. Now, a war between Iran, Israel, and the US is taking place, including some Arab countries are facing difficulties. During such a war conflicts or natural force majeure, the rights of the children and women have to be protected. Laws during conflicts protect peace. International humanitarian law, IHL, including Geneva Conventions 1949, grants women and children special status as civilians, expressly prohibiting rape, sexual assault, and targeting of schools or hospitals. You would have heard that in Iran, a hospital was bombed. 100 young children, school-going children, there lost their life. This is prohibited. In spite of this prohibition, the war between nations taking place and they are bombing schools or hospitals. What a pity. Refugees. The 1951 Refugee Convention and the UNHCR guidelines ensure that women and children fleeing prostitution receive protection tailored to their specific risks, such as gender-based violence or separation from their families. They are called refugees and they are protected under the Refugee Convention law and the UNHCR guidelines. Trafficking. The Palermo Protocol 2000 it supplements the UN Convention against transnational organized crime and specifically aims to protect and publish trafficking in persons, especially women and children. In a nutshell, protection of women and children against crimes. What are the responsibilities? Individual. There is individual responsibility. Every woman, every child, every human being, every neighbor, every person who is a co-worker or any individual is responsible for reporting such incidents. The society as a whole is also responsible. The police and judiciary are also responsible parts of the legal system to protect the children and women against such vulnerabilities. Family, husband, wife and children, individuals, neighborhood, relatives and friends, society, reporting and enforcement, police and judiciary. I will provide some safety tips for women. Physical safety. Walk with confidence. Women shall always have confidence in their mind. They should walk with confidence. Avoid walking alone in dark, isolated areas. Walking in isolated areas dark invites problems for women. Stay alert in public. Avoid distractions. Distractions mean what? Somebody will be putting a note or a small jewel on the road. You will invent a physical viewers. You will suddenly look into it and you will be caught. And walking in well-lit area. Carry personal safety devices such as pepper spray, whistles, use nails wherever necessary, personal safety alarms, and use safety apps on mobile phone. Learn self-defense physical skills such as karate, fight techniques, and mental self-confidence. Develop skills to say no clearly and communicate the boundaries. Home security. Keep doors and windows always locked and use curtains. Use a keyhole. Do not admit strangers when you are alone in home. Travel safety. Plan travel through safe routes. Always park your vehicles in open, in well-lit, busy area. Keeping your vehicle keys ready in hand and check the surroundings while approaching your vehicle parking. Share live locations while using private cabs vehicles. If a lift or elevator makes you uncomfortable, feel uneasy with a stranger, wait for the next one. Keep your purpose close and avoid picking up strangers. Helplines. Utilize 24/7 dedicated toll-free helpline numbers like 181 for men for immediate assistance. Digital safety. Use privacy settings on social media. Be cautious on online interactions, and report cyberbullying, stalking, etc. at the immediate time. Using personal safety apps like SOS apps, that police Kavalan apps will help. Attending self-defense training, ensuring situational awareness in public, teaching children about safe, unsafe text and the emergency numbers 1098 and fostering open communication to report such abusers. Safety tips for protecting children. Body safety. Safe or unsafe touch. Educate your children about their body parts. Teach them that their private parts are their private. And nobody should touch them. Teach them to distinguish between safe and unsafe touch, not just good or bad touch, and encourage them to report uncomfortable situations then and there. Emergency contact information. Ensure children know their full name, address, mobile number, contact, etc. and the 1098 child helpline number. Build trust with your children for sharing the secret or uncomfortable experience without any fear or fear. And you must approach them whenever need arises and talk with them freely. And this is an important aspect. Anatomical education. Teach children the correct anatomical names for their third body part to help them communicate clearly if any abuse occurs. Stranger safety. Teach children not to wander alone or talk to strangers and to avoid taking objects from strangers. Chocolate, ice creams, or any objects from strangers should be avoided. Digital awareness. Monitor children's online activity to prevent cyberbullying or grooming. Teach them not to share any personal information or photos with the online strangers. There is a case happened in a household. One lady gave her mobile to her child, some 8 years old, for playing games. And she was a self-entrepreneur, woman entrepreneur, having a business. And she was having some 8 to 10 lakhs in her bank account. While playing the child, unknowingly searched an app and contacted an unknown person who immediately withdrawn the entire money in her bank account, but she was not aware. After getting the phone back from the child, she noticed that the bank account funds have been withdrawn by some person, and we must protect the children from playing, educating them that playing games alone is permitted and not downloading any apps or talking to strangers online. Emergency contact. Educate children about all helpline numbers such as 1309 1098, etc. and store their parents' number. Tips for protection. Community and legal support. Report abuse. Any abuse should be reported immediately. Any suspicious of abuse also to be reported to local police or child protection agencies. Support network. Participate in community-based programs, school safety meetings, and parenting workshops organized by schools, colleges, and educational institutions. Thank you. For any contact, for any of your assistance, Happyie Ramanathan, advocate and consultant, Honorary Director, Metayage IT Private Limited, PhD Step, ED Block, PhD College of Technology, PLM at Coimbatore, 12/7, Sri Aravinda Anna Illam, Classic Garden, Meet Telangana, Coimbatore, 41, email rprama@gmail.com, mobile 9994675721. Thank you once again. Any questions, I will answer at the end as suggested by Dr. Dhanraj Shanmugam. Thank you very much for patiently listening to the presentation. Thank you one and all. God bless everybody.
Very thank you, sir,
Happy
for your valuable
Women's Day.
speech. Very thank you, sir, for your valuable speech. Now, I honor to invite Dr. S. Dhanaraj, who the Director of SecForg Tek Solutions, Coimbatore. He will speak on the topic of digital balance, women, social media, and AI wellness. Let me welcome for his valuable speak and thoughts.
Yeah, thank you. So happy Women's Day. I am audible. Yes, thank you.
Yes.
Yes, thank you, sir. So once again, I welcome you all for this webinar. So happy Women's Day. Uh, so we planned it as an international Women's Day celebration webinar. So we got nearly 800 plus registrations. So from 5 different countries and all over states of India. So I once again thank all the participants. Now I will start my session. So please wait. I will share my PPT. So I think my screen is visible to all, right?
Yes, there is.
Yes, thank you. So today my topic is digital balance, women, social media, and AI wellness. That is my topic for today. So first, this is my agenda. So cybercrime and cybercrime against women, social media usage, AI and its usage, scrolling and its impact, digital detox. So we first start with what is cybercrime. So my previous speaker, lawyer Mr. R.P. Ramanathan sir explained you about a lot of legal terms and how to protect. So this is my part to explain you about cybercrime. So cybercrime means any illegal activity done using computers, mobile phones, or the internet. So instead of happening in the physical world, these crimes happen in a digital space like websites, apps, emails, or social media. So mostly cyber criminals use technology to steal, cheat, threaten, or harm people, companies, or even governments. So the main aim of cyber criminals are to steal our data as well as to steal our money. That is their main motive. Uh, Second, we segregate what are the top five cyber crime against women. So first one is cyber stacking. So I provide each and every crime with an explanation and an example for easy understanding. So first one, explanation: cyber stacking. So what is meant by cyber stacking means repeatedly following, monitoring, or contacting a woman through social media, emails, or messages to harass or intimidate her. So this is called cyber stacking. So I provide one example also. That is, a man keeps sending messages every day from different accounts and tracks the women activities through her social media posts. So this is called cyber stacking. So this is the topmost number one crime against women. The second one is online harassment, or in a technical term, we call it as cyberbullying. What is online harassment or cyberbullying means? Sending abusive messages, threats, or posting insulting comments online to mentally harass a woman. So this is called cyberbullying. The example is a woman shares a post online and several people start sending abusive messages and threats in her inbox. So this is called online harassment or cyberbullying. The next one is fake profile or impersonation. So creating a fake social media account using a woman's personal details like name, photos to mislead others or damage her reputation. That is creating a fake social media profile of a woman. That is called fake profile. In a technical term, we call it as a impersonation. So example, someone creates a fake Facebook account using a girl's photos and sends inappropriate messages to people pretending to be her. That is, so most of the people, what they think is this particular message is coming from the girl, but that is not true. It is created by somebody else with their girl's photo. So this is called impersonation. So next one is non-consensual image sharing. In technical term, we call it as a revenge porn. So sharing private or intimate images of a woman online without her consent. So after a breakup, a person uploads private photos of his girlfriend on social media. So this is called non-consensual image sharing. So sharing private or intimate images of a woman online without her consent. So here, I for your easy reference, I said that private or intimate images, but sharing with women photo without her consent is also comes under non-consensual image sharing. So the last one is sextortion, that is online blackmail, threatening to release private images or videos unless the victim sends money or more explicit content. That is it's an example. A scammer records a video call and later threatens to send that recording to the victim's family unless money is paid. So this is the fifth one, top five cybercrime against women: sextortion or online blackmail. It is for getting money or more explicit content. So now we come into the social media growth in India. So now most of us, we are using mobile phones. We use two SIMs in our mobile phones. So if you see last 5 to 6 years, there is a huge growth of social media in India. So India has become one of the largest social media markets in the world. So as of 2025, around 491 million people in India use social media platforms. So this massive number reflects how digital communication has become an important part of everyday life. But however, when compared with the total population, social media users represents about 30 to 35% of Indian population. So this means roughly 1 out of every 3 people in India uses social media. So and another important indicator is that the relationship between internet usage and social media usage. So around 60 percentage of internet users in India are active on at least one social media platform, right? So and another thing is time spent and usage. So our previous speaker, RP Ramanathan sir, said that so most of the crimes, so we have to protect our children from digital space. So crimes happened because of lack of awareness, all these things. So social media plays a vital part here. So social media is not only widely used in India but also consumes a significant portion of daily online time. That is maximum time we spend on online on an average. So Indians spend about 2.5 to 3 hours per day on social media platforms. So this time is typically spent on activities such as watching videos, short form content, messaging friends and family, sharing photos, following influencers and celebrities, reading news and trending topics. So if you see, the reading news and trending topics is on a fifth position. The first position goes to watching videos and short form content like reels. So the next one is popular social media platforms in India. So if you see YouTube around 500 million users, Instagram 481 million users, Facebook 403 million users, Snapchat 213 million users, WhatsApp about 83% of internet users in India use WhatsApp. So these are the popular social media platforms used in India. So next one, if you take gender-wise social media usage, so men about 65 percentage of social media users in India are men. So 35 percentage goes to women. So this particular statistics indicate that men currently dominate. But in the time spent means if you take women around 2 to 2.5 hours per day, they are spending their time on social media. So if you see men generally they browse watching videos, gaming, and following news or entertainment content. So same thing, women they use for communication, networking, learning, shopping, and content share. Another important thing is, so here I want to emphasize. So here, this is an average time spent on social media data only. But if you take depend upon the professions, depend upon the time, so maximum 5 to 6 hours each and every person they are spending on mobile phones, that is watching reels or scrolling video content on their mobile phones. So next one, we have to know about AI. So what is AI? So AI means teaching computers to think, learn, and make decisions in a way similar to humans. So, for example, if you ask the Google Assistant, what is the weather today means, it understands your voice, process the question, and gives the answer. So, this is called the AI. So, AI means teaching computers to think like a human, make decisions in a similar way like humans. But here, so I will provide some examples to you to understand how AI is impacting our life daily. So smart voice assistant. So AI helps people interact with the devices using voice commands and perform tasks quickly. Example: Google Assistant, like setting alarms, search information, or play music. Navigation and traffic predictions. So most of the times we use Google Maps to move from one place to another place. So Google Maps also using AI. Next, third one is personalized content recommendation. So if you open your Instagram, FB, or any social media platform, it will display the content based on your personalized uh, browsing methods only. If I open means it will display some other content. If you open means it will display some other contents for you because it will display the content based on your previous browsing, previous search options only. So these things are happen with the help of AI. So smart email filtering. So here in current scenario, so AI automatically identifies spam messages, promotional messages, and phishing emails. So in Gmail, automatically it will filter the spam mails from the normal mails. Language translation. So at present, most of you know that how to use Google Translate to translate a text, speech, or images while traveling. So these are the ways AI is impacting our daily life. We are using this type of tools in our daily life normally. So if you see, uh, so here I use a word called normally. So here normally the people they will upload their images to AI, right? So if you see some 6 months back, we have a trend called Ghibli. So 3 to 4 months back, we have a trend called Nano Banana, and at present also most of the time, even most of the platforms they provide you an image, AI created image, and they provide you with prompts also. Normally what we will do means we will go to that site, upload our image, and we will type that particular prompt to get the image like what is already available on social media. So here you have to know about 5 things to know about how AI uses your upload image. So image analysis. So AI scans your image, detect your faces, objects, backgrounds, patterns, where you are. All these things will get recorded by AI tool. The second one is feature extraction. So AI pulls out key features such as facial landmarks, color, shapes, textures, style and task matching. So depending on the purpose, example, turning into Ghibli style, art or deduction emotions, your AI matches the image to a trained model. So these models are built using thousands of similar images to learn how to apply a specific style or task. So here AI uses your image also for training, right? So here transformation or prediction. So AI either transforms the image or makes prediction. So here most AI platforms temporarily store the image to process it. So some may retain it for improving their models unless the user deletes it to the platform promises not to store it. So always check the privacy policy before uploading, because if you upload the image means definitely the AI tool will use your image for predictions, learning purposes, and to train their models. So your image can be used for multiple purposes. So in this juncture, so I put a caution that for women and girl students, so do not upload your images on AI platform. So it will create problem for you. So next thing is think before you upload. So once uploaded, your image may be stored, reused, or analyzed without your knowledge or consent. Privacy risks. So AI tools can extract personal details from photos, including faces, locations, and background data. So for example, our normal eyes, it shows the image, but if you capture the image from your camera, means camera, your phone camera, not only capture the image, it captures the location, your your mobile device name, the operating system inside the mobile device, what type of camera used, what type of operating systems operate the camera, all the data with image will get uploaded to the AI tool. So AI tool can easily extract personal details from photos, including faces, locations, and background data. So unintended exposure. So images may be used in public data sets or training models, making them accessible to unknown parties also. So misuse and manipulation can also happen. Legal and ethical concern. So you may unknowingly violate copyright, consent, or institutional policies by sharing certain images. So now we have to. So I explained you about what are the cyber crimes happened against women. So how normally we use AI in our day-to-day life, and what are the precautions we have to take while uploading our images in AI tools now. So we have also AI-driven women safety apps available in India. So AI cannot destruct our things. AI can protect the women also. So the first one is Raksha app. So this is from Microsoft Garage India. The second one is state police apps. If you know that most of us knows that. So in Tamil Nadu, there is a exclusive Tamil Nadu police app called Kavalan. So in Telangana and Andhra, they are having a separate police app to monitor and keep a vigilant eye on women's safety and security. In Delhi also, Delhi police also they are having a separate app. So wherever you are, you can search and download and install the apps for your safety. And the next one is Safety Pin. So it's a AI-powered app that maps safe and unsafe areas using crowdsourced data, lightning conditions, and crime statistics. So as per our lawyer R.P. Ramanathan sir indicated that this particular app indicate you about the crowdsourced data, lightning conditions, and crime statistics. So provide real-time route safety scores also. So my safety pin companion, it's a wearable integration. You can use it for your smart devices. And last one, smart personal assistant, that is Google Assistant, Siri, Alexa. So you can configure it with voice triggered emergency commands like call help, send my location, so that it will be useful for your safety and security during in emergency situations. So here you have to know about the digital footprints. We we are having two types of footprints. One is active, another one is passive. So active footprint means the data you intentionally share online, like social media, comments, or filling out forms. So passive means data collected without you actively providing it, such as your IP address, browsing habits, cookies, your uh, where are you from. So all these things we can capture. So this type of things we call it as a passive digital footprint. So what you type is called active. What we get, that is what we get from your data, is called passive. So next, how to secure our devices, because now we are discussing about safe and security. So password protect your device, use tracking software, configure your device with security in mind. Remember to secure your Internet of Things, because at present we use multiple smart devices like we use our earpods, smartwatches, smart Googles, smartphones, so all these things. So remember to secure your devices. Turn on your firewall. Lock the device when not in use. Apply software updates and security patches. It is mandatory. So install antivirus software. Disable unwanted and unneeded services. So in your mobile, we have a Bluetooth, mobile data, location, all these things. So whenever you need, switch on that services, otherwise disable unwanted and unneeded services. So next one, how to prevent a social media accounts. So use a good password, update yourself and your digital devices. So don't click unknown links, so don't share OTPs, don't forward unknown info. So here I want to emphasize another very important thing, that is endless scrolling and brain health. So nowadays, nearly, so based on our research, normally student as well as a normal person, they use mobile phone 4 to 5 hours daily to watching reels only. Reels means short form of videos. Normally we call it as a reels or short clips. So it will affect our human brain. So this type of video provide instant entertainment and quick rewards. So the brain begins to crave more stimulation. This can lead to compulsive scrolling behavior, right? So it will affect the students' mental health also, as well as physical health also. So studies indicate that heavy users of short video platforms may experience reduced attention span, difficulty in concentrating, memory and learning challenges, increased anxiety and mental fatigue. So experts warn that excessive exposure to short form of content can influence their decision making skills, focus, and mental well being. So, highlighting the importance of balanced and mindful social media usage. So, how to come out of this particular things means this method we call it as a digital detox. So, during a digital detox, a person stops using technology like smartphones, computers, televisions, radios, even FM also. So you have to get rid of all the technology. That is called digital detox. So how to follow the digital detox method? So tech-free zones. So designate areas like bedrooms, dining area, or study corners as a device-free area to encourage mindful breaks. So use fixed intervals to rest eyes and reset focus, such as 20-20-20 rule. So alternative to digital, that is use analog, switch to printed books, printed newspapers, handwritten notes like that. So practice yoga, journaling, art of relaxation technique without a digital interaction. So prioritize in-person conversation to build emotional connections and reduce digital dependency. So these are the ways you can avoid smartphone usage and you can go for digital detox methods. So now it's my important position. So if you face any cyber crime, if you face any financial loss, this is the helpline number in India, 1930. And if you want, you can complain with your data to cybercrime.gov.in. Uh, so please note down the number. It will work within India, that is 1930, and cybercrime.gov.in to complain all your cybercrime, financial fraud related things. So this is my contact information, Dr. S. Dhanaraj. My email ID is info@secforgtek.com. So if you are in LinkedIn means you can follow me at LinkedIn in Professor PROF DHANARAJ for the latest updates of cyber security, uh, data analytics, and AI also. So thank
Dhanraj,
you. Yes, sir.
Dhanraj, you can explain about digital arrest also.
Yes, sir. So I think digital arrest means a person will ask you that you done some wrong activities. So they put it in under digital arrest. So you have to pay money to come out of that particular digital arrest. So it is the scam happened all over India now. So be aware of that, sir. There is no common thing called as digital arrest, right? If any arrest happen means the police officer will give you a summon and they will ask you explanation in person only. They don't call you by phone or sending email. So I think we came to an end. So now it's a time for interaction. So participants, if you have any doubts, you can ask to the resource person, Madam Amrisha, uh, RP Ramanathan sir, or to me also. So you can ask, otherwise you can put it in a chat window. For YouTube listeners, you can also put your doubts in chat window. So if you have any doubts, you can ask. So I think yeah, feedback link at the end of the session we will share you the feedback link. So I can we wind up the session? Thank you. Right, I have one question. Yes, sir. Please, Latika. Yes, you can. You can type your question in the chat window also. So I think the question for Ramanathan sir. So Ramanathan sir, does a girl child has a equal rights in claiming property if it is from my earnings? Suppose I give it to my son.
The female child is entitled for sharing property as per latest law. Since she is also a co-partner in the property dispute. So, any female child is entitled to share in property. I hope I have clarified well. If a married women also, they are entitled to share in the property. According to the latest act enactments made by the government, the female child, even married women, are entitled for their rights in the property share.
So I think, sir, there is no doubt. We can move to vote of thanks. So we will share the link here. We will share the feedback link in a chat window. You can please copy it down because the link will be available for another 10 minutes only. So the same link we shared in YouTube also, YouTube chat also.
Can I elaborate on the question asked by the earlier person?
Uh,
Yes.
ye- yes, sir. Sir, you talking women empowerment, and can you conduct any awareness program for child abusing and child marriages? Please provide awareness. Latika Bidala. Yes, madam. We
Uh,
will sure. Okay, we will. Sir will conduct. No problem. You can contact.
can I add about women property rights? One more word.
Yes, sir.
In India, there are two kinds of properties, ancestral properties and self-acquired property. For ancestral properties, the right for a woman comes as a co-partner right in the property. For the self-acquired property of father or mother, as a legitimate children or illegitimate children, they are entitled for their proper share in the proper rights in the property that are self-acquired. So, in all the properties, the ladies and women and female children are entitled for their share legally nowadays. With this I quote. Thank you.
Yes. Now we are at the end of the session. Vote of thanks session. Yes, madam. Sri Varshini, you can continue.
As we come to the end of this inspiring webinar, I would like to express my sincere gratitude to our respected speakers, Dr. S. Dhanaraj, PK Amrisha Pavithra, and R.P. Ramanathan, for their valuable insights. Once again, we thank to SecForg Tek Solutions and Cognizance Academia and the M people for their organizing this meaningful event in celebrating of International Women's Day. And also we thank to Readers Menu for their YouTube live support. Finally, I thank to all the participants for joining and attending us today. We hope this session has inspired to stay empowered, informed, and secured in the digital world.
Thank you. Thank you, one and
Thank
all.
you to thank you to all the presenters.
Thank you,
Okay,
sir.
thank you, participants. Thank you, presenters. So I think the feedback link is available here. You can please copy.